In this video, we will be learning how to create a spiral staircase, complete with a gradient color render. We will be focusing on the learning points of this week, namely looping and color. We will use a for each loop to create individual polygons. Modify, scale and extrude them and to create the spiral. Lastly, create the gradient render. We will begin at the start node. We will create 3 slider parameters. One for the number of steps, size of steps and steepness of steps. Now, we will create a for each loop. As we learnt before, this loop will run from 0 to the number of steps minus 1. We will use the pattern.rectangle function to create the 4 positions for each step. By using I in the function, we will get multiple sets of 4 positions to create all the positions for the steps needed. Next we will create the polygons. In order to create the trapezium shape of the step, we will need to scale the polygons. To do so, we will need to call on the appropriate edge and find its centroid. A centroid is the center value within an entity. We will use the calculate centroid function and input the correct edge, which in this case is edge 1. By scaling each polygon's edge with these values, we will get the trapezium shape. We will now rotate each individual polygon by a multiple of I along the xy plane, to create the spiral form. Finally, we will extrude the polygons to create the volume of the steps. To render a color gradient on the staircase, we will use the same method we used in the previous example. By using the attribute.push function, we are able to sieve out the z direction value of the model's positions, xyz2. We will name it height. Then, we will use the visualize gradient function. Input the entities you want the gradient to be rendered on, in this case, the staircase's polygons. Input height under attribute, and choose an appropriate range. Should you want the full spectrum of color to be shown, you should use the minimum and maximum values of your chosen attribute. We can also change the values of our parameters from our dashboard. The model will change accordingly.